Good evening, everyone.
Welcome. It's Friday night. It's 9 p.m. and we are back here again on
How to ace your career.
So guys, like you all know, we come here every Friday to discuss on various topics related to your career and especially meant for people of mid-age. Mid-age means people with 12 to 15 plus years of experience, and when they stagnate in their career or probably are not growing at the pace that they are interested in, or they are wanting to make a shift. They were doing something, now they are not happy about it and they want to make a shift, a career transition. Or it could be enough of serving someone else. Now I want to start my own business. I want to be my own boss. That's really been the trend these days, right? So whenever these kind of career related decisions are the time when these professionals come to us and we help them, guide them through these decade of collecting all these experiences. We have been designing these live sessions for you, and of course from the polls that you have been responding to us so beautifully, that what is that you would like to hear from us in these live sessions. So that is why we come here for. I'm Nutan, I'm a career and a life coach, and
I'm Dheeraj, I'm a life coach, career coach, and a business coach. And together we form this company, ND Life Coaching.
So, of course, today is a very interesting topic. As you all know, it's always there for you to gain some insights. In fact, today in the evening, I had one of my clients coming to me, and she was reflecting on the session that we did last time. And she was telling there's so much of value add that you do. She went through the entire session, she took her notes. Someone who's already getting coached from me also could get some value add. So, really speaking, if you are out there and you're listening to these sessions, I'm so very sure that these sessions are adding so much value in your life. And that is why we would love to keep hearing from you on how these sessions are uh, giving some kind of benefit, making some small little changes in your day-to-day life, in your career, in your workplace, and it's giving you those kind of benefits which you expected from a paid session is coming to you absolutely for free. This session is basically meant for all those ambitious people who always feel that what they achieved was not enough.
To start with, first thing what you need to do is you need to reflect on your initial goals. Like for example, have you achieved all of them, that whatever that you had decided for this year? Number one. Number two, if so, does that fulfillment match your expectation? Okay, we all have certain expectations. Has it matched your expectations? Number three, perhaps you secured the coveted job and only to find out it's not the right fit. It happens with a lot of people that I was craving for this job. I got this job, and when I started working there, I realized I'm in the wrong place. And luckily, it's a job. Nowadays, marriages, this keeps happening. So, luckily, it's a job. You can do something about it. Anyhow, or you earned a promotion but are overwhelmed by its responsibility. You got it, but you're feeling very overwhelmed. You don't know how to go about it.
So, we have this example, like for example, one of the clients who came to us, he was really aiming for a job. He got that job, but that job demanded dealing with, most part of his job demanded dealing with government people. It could be the labor commissioner, people sitting at authoritative positions in the corporation, going and getting their permission, waiting outside the office and getting things done. And somehow he got the job what he wanted, the salary that he wanted, the company that he wanted. But what he was doing there every day was making him unhappy. He did not enjoy dealing with those people. Has this ever happened to you before? That you aimed for something, looking at the title, looking at the organization, were very happy with the rise. But when you actually went there, you were not happy or excited with the role. And even though you got the job, you then started feeling so disappointed every day when you're going for that role. Or probably, like Dheeraj just mentioned, a promotion which you were seeking, and you were so happy that you're going to become the boss, you're replacing your boss, he's gone above. But at the time when you got that promotion, that is the time when you realized that there are so many responsibilities. How are you going to manage them? Because family is also demanding some time. And then you realize that you're not being able to manage your work life balance. And that is why you're not really happy.
Okay, because the fact is that were there any unforeseen challenges that derailed your plans? Because the truth is, no matter how much we anticipate, no matter how much we plan, no matter how much we do, but there are always surprises. And surprises are something which we like, we love it, which we don't like, we call them challenges. Okay, so did that unforeseen challenges come your way and it derailed your plan completely? As the year was wrapping up, do you find yourself lamenting lot of opportunities that you had but you missed it? Is this feeling or this really happened with you? I want you to go back and think on that.
So something really unpredictable, right? And we all know life is actually unpredictable, though we try and uh, every ways plan that we can have everything in our control. Then, of course, sometimes something happens, some incident occurs, you meet someone, and that is such an impact on your life that the perspective towards life changes. What were these experiences is something which you need to write it down and understand why did it reshape your life or your career.
Absolutely so true. At the same time, you know, in spite of setback, because we do go through setback, that's the truth of life. But have you still thrived in certain areas of life while you were going through these setbacks? Did you get varied achievements in your life? Because the truth is that now some people, one setback and the year is over. For some people, setback is a phase of learning, educating oneself, going out there and ensuring that you are able to achieve whatever you want. So no matter though you have a setback in certain area, but you had achieved something in other areas. Have you been able to do that?
So I would love to know from each one of you out there listening to us, share it in the comment section. Which of the scenarios really truly resonates with you? Whether something that changed your perspective, or you faced something which was really unpredictable, or probably you achieved what you wanted, but you're not happy with that achievement, or probably you thrived in career, but you couldn't do well in your health, or probably you made the finances, had a great career, but your relationships got messed up. Which is the area of life that you suffered a setback? If any of these questions are striking a chord with you, then this session is absolutely crafted just for you. So you know what you need to do? Really press that reset button so that you can navigate. Really do this collectively. Hit the reset button. Now, what happens when you think about reset?
So generally, if you see this term reset, this often carries a very negative undertone for many people. Okay, it has a own, people perceive it as admitting defeat or regressing from set objective, especially for those with lofty expectation. This can be a crushing realization. Oh my God, I have to reset everything. Okay, अभी तो मैंने सब सेट किया था यार, like it happens in game and all that stuff, और ये बहुत मुश्किल से मैं पहुंचा था, अब सब reset करना पड़ेगा. That's a feeling that people have.
So, if you resonate with this sentiment, then I would want you to pause for a moment and reflect on the deeper reasons behind your pursuits. We all want to achieve this or this or this or that. But behind all of that, there is something that you're actually seeking. It's not about that goal, it's about possibly the happiness that you derive when you achieve that goal, or probably that sense of fulfillment that I could make it happen, or yay, sense of achievement that this is what I was gunning for and I've got the rewards and the recognition. What was behind this aspiration? Identify your core emotion. Was it happiness? Was it a sense of pride? Was it fulfillment? What? Was it truly a feeling of love and connection? What is that emotion that was driving all your aspirations? You know why you need to do this? Because the minute you're able to identify that I was actually wanting this, probably love, probably recognition, probably that respect, that pride, respect because you lost something in life and you wanted to gain it back, or you just really wanted to feel absolutely happy. Once you get to know that core emotion that is driving your aspiration, then you can actually sit back and ask yourself, is there an alternative route to experience these emotions? And I bet on this, when you sit and think, you can realize that though I didn't achieve these goals, but I could actually experience these emotions in a different way. Or probably there is a different path or approach that aligns more authentically with your desires. What was that core emotion that was driving all my aspiration? What is that core thing that I seek when I'm actually identifying 10, 12 goals, but they all have something behind that? That's your driving force, that's your core emotion.
Remember, many a time, resenting isn't synonymous with failure. They have no connection with each other. Okay? Today's society often instills a fear of missing, what we call out FOMO, fear of missing out. Okay? However, life isn't about tallying achievements. Rather, it's about experiencing moments to their fullest. Like, for example, you just saw your son winning something and he's so happy and excited, and you just hugged him. That moment, that experience is way beyond any achievements. Okay, so this is what life is all about. Now the goals that you had, they of course serve as a catalyst, not to they even passion. Like I'm like this, I love goals. Every year I set very challenging goals, and I love that because it gives me a different level of passion in me, and ensuring that we continuously challenge ourselves, because I'm a person of growth. That's my strong end. We both want to challenge ourselves again and again. They should inspire growth and discovery, not theater us to unattainable standards. But instead of being controlled by our goals, it's important that we harness them as a tool for self improvement, self development. That's the key. Because if you make the goal the ultimate focus of your happiness, so there is probability that sometime you might experience happiness, sometime you might not experience happiness, rather you'll experience unhappiness. So that's what is important.
I'm sure you've heard of this, that the journey is more important than the destination, right? Victorious. So really look back and think that these goals, did they inspire your growth and discovery, or tether you to unattainable standards? And if that is what it is, then you need to reflect and probably change your attitude towards your goal. Furthermore, of course, for those who are used to vocalizing their aspirations, they go there all out there and they're going to share with everyone, oh, this year I'm going to crack this, I'm going to get this deal, I'm going to get this business, I'm going to buy this property, I'm going to travel here. You just go all out there and you share your aspirations. And then what happens? Probably you didn't achieve them. And when this happens, then those unmet goals feel like a blow to your reputation. And you know what happens then? Then you don't want to mix or go around those people whom you care about, people who give you that sense of belongingness, togetherness, the groups that you belong to. You try to disassociate with them. So it's really essential to understand there is difference between personal objectives and external validation. True fulfillment arises from personal growth, not external accolades that you get. That is why setbacks are not reflection of your true worth. It's about how did you deal with your setbacks. That determines a person's character. So go out there, cherish those relationships. Don't avoid them because you couldn't fulfill something which you went all out there and shared with your group. I'm sure they'll understand and they'll appreciate that in spite of these setbacks, you're out there and you're living life to the fullest. And when you really go and share this with your relationships, they genuinely offer support during these challenging times. And that is why you will never have to navigate life's journey alone. And I feel that's the most painful journey, not a journey which is filled with ups and downs, not a journey which is filled with obstacles, but a journey which is all alone is one of the most
I
painful
think
ones.
it's a beautiful topic that we're talking about loneliness. So I just had a breakthrough with a client in a session prior to this. This client was constantly, she was constantly complaining about that, I'm lonely, nobody wants me, nobody wants me, nobody wants me, nobody wants me. So we've been discussing this, and today we had a breakthrough, because when we went a little deep, because that's what I do in my sessions, when we went deep, we realized that fundamentally she wants to be lonely. She feels I don't need people. Okay, I said, no, you may not want people. So, because of certain, he said, no, I don't need people. I'm happy on my own. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, I feel I'm very happy on my own. So I said that one point you're complaining that people are. So what is life all about? It's what we attract from the environment, is what are we asking for. So somewhere she herself has been asking that I want to be alone. I want to be alone. I want to be alone. I don't need people. I don't need people. And that's why no, everybody's avoiding, ignoring. It was a massive breakthrough. He said, what do I do? I said, change your philosophy. Say that I need people. I love people. I can't live without them. And that's how you will attract. So very, very important, this whole lonely thing of life. I just thought I can share out of the topic. Just check internally what are you asking. Anyhow, if you find resonance in these reflections, it's time to take a proactive step, because people, leaders always take proactive steps. Grab a pen and paper now. Let's recalibrate your career objectives and adjust your goals to better align with your current circumstances.
So, for example, if the job that you ventured into this area this year and you thought that could be your dream job, but it doesn't align with your expertise or aspirations, then reassess. Reflect on the role that would truly complement your skills. Remember, mistakes make us human, right? So we can make mistakes. Probably we thought something and it turned out to be something else. Probably the interview went very well, I got everything, but then I realized that it doesn't complement with my personality. Something could happen, and it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, but staying there and not changing is being unwise. So while immediate decisions could be rash, that I didn't like this role and here I am and I want to resign. That's not the way to deal with things. That's again being unwise. So don't take immediate decisions, but dedicate time to introspect and strategize. What is the role that I'm actually looking at? What is the real profile that I would be happy doing? Does that really match other areas of my life so that I can live a holistic life and not just focus on my career? And once you're clear on that, then wait for the right moment. Till that, in that interim period, harness your resilience and be more committed in your present role. Believe me, times when you're unhappy in what you're doing, it doesn't really give you happiness, but it builds your character. And that is why staying there and really persevering in that situation helps you grow as a person. And when you look back, you'll be happy with something new that you had learned.
Similarly, if a promotion feels more burdensome than rewarding, don't tether yourself to mere titles or benefit, because the title is not who you are. The benefit is not what you're living here for. Seek role that resonates with your passions and your principles. If you have to compromise on your principle just to be in that role, it's better you move out of it,
Absolutely.
because it's going to give you so much of pain. I know someone that I've been coaching now, that every single day, he has to compromise on his values, his morals and principles, just because he has to be in that title. And I'm happy, finally 3 months back, he left the job, and now it's his last few days going on. And he said, no, I don't want to work in this company because it was making him miserable. Okay. But then what you can do, set your sights on endeavors that genuinely invigorate you for the up because like I was just telling one of my clients, three characters are there in the market. One who just keep thinking, they don't take action. One who will take action but not think. Okay. Now, and last, there is one character who will think and take action.
Okay. Now, for those who have faced some unexpected setbacks, consider this. Perhaps the challenges that you faced demanded your attention more urgently than your career milestones. Sometimes life really brings you to that point that you have to focus on a very important, precious relationship. And when you do that, you miss on certain career milestones. But you know what? You have to remember that time that you being there was much more important, much more required. And the fact that you have fulfilled that role is such a beautiful thing that you did as a human being. And that brings fulfillment in life. And of course, you were there, you were dedicated, you gave your time and energy there. And then when you look back, you feel, oh my God, I missed certain career milestones. And if you're going through that kind of feeling, then it's very important to remember that career is a marathon which you run for probably 40, 45, 50 years. It is not a sprint that if I couldn't play this year, I'll miss out on something. A few months detour will not derail your journey. In fact, it will enhance your journey because these experiences of life often catalyze profound personal growth. And when that happens, you embrace these challenges that equips you with empathy. And that paves the way for more deeper and more meaningful connections, crucial catalyst for holistic growth. I remember twice in my life when I went through these personal challenges. Uh, One was when I lost my dad. Everything which I had worked for in my business, the highest accomplishment was just there. I had to receive it in the month of April, and I lost my dad in the month of Feb. And believe me, friends, everything changed. There was no meaning to that reward which I was going to get in April. It was all about how do I deal with this? How do I take care of my loved ones? And once I dealt with all of them, then it was time about reflecting back. So I know that today I feel so happy that I didn't focus on those milestones in my career, but I actually gave time and energy to people who matter the most for me. Similarly, for you, believe me, you would have missed something in your career, but it'll be such a great feeling that you could stand there, be there for people who matter to you the most.
So if life's unexpected turns have reshaped your worldview, okay, it happens like what happened with her. I was also a part of it, causing an internal tug of war between your past beliefs and newfound experiences. Know that you're not alone. Beliefs are deeply rooted, shaping our own identity. Who are we? Is what we believe. That's the truth. Our identity is what we believe. But change, even when doubting, offers a pathway to growth. Consider this a chance to reevaluate and prioritize what once had a lot of significance, might have shifted its importance. It happens by revisiting and realigning with your values. You pave the way for more authentic and fulfilled life because fulfillment is more important than just achievement. Embracing such shift isn't a loss, but it's a transformative evolution. You evolve as a different person altogether when you take such decisions, leading to a much brighter, more content future. Like because of this break that we took in business when my father-in-law was not there, that gave us the whole reason to serve people. That made us enough of achievement, and now let's go for fulfillment. And that is how we found out about coaching, and that's what we are serving today so many people. So when we took time, we thought about it, we evolved ourselves today as people, and we are leading such an amazing life.
So, certain times, uh, certain beliefs which are so deep rooted that you don't even check them, right? But they become a framework of living life. And when those beliefs are not met, you start going through a deep conflict inside because What's come to you and what you're believing is not just tallying. Someone has shared something with you and you're wanting to believe in those insights, but that's not tallying with something which you have believed in for such a long time frame. And that conflict is such a painful trauma that you go through. But you know what? If you don't make that shift, if you don't embrace those new beliefs, then you will not evolve as a person. One beautiful example could be, especially for women, there are different phases of life they enter. The first phase is all about doing for your own family. Your value system, your priorities rotate around your siblings and your parents. And then you get married. You move into a new family. Now there is a chance that what you believed here may not tally with your new phase of life. And if you stick to your previous beliefs, believe me, there'll be a dilemma every day to make the right decisions. But if you make those shift, and that shift can only happen when you can sit and think back, that is this belief serving me today, serving me in my current circumstances, serving me as an individual that I have become today. If not, then you're the only person who can change it, because beliefs are those underlining rules which formed out of certain experiences. Today they are not true. So make that shift, and that is how you will see a much more brighter future.
For those who've achieved milestone in certain aspect but face setbacks in others, introspection is the key. But celebrate your victories and acknowledge your efforts. However, for unmet goals, discern their true significance. Were they products of fleeting enthusiasm or genuine aspiration?
You
Just
know,
check.
for example, you were sitting in a workshop with so many people and looking at your peers and listening to other people, you put down those goals. But then you didn't meet them because they were not genuinely your goals. That was not your priority. And that is why you did not meet those goals. So you may say that, this is what I wanted, but they were not your aspirations. You just did it out of enthusiasm. Check that. If not, if time is really a constraint and that hindered your progress, then consider investing in mastering time management. Equip yourself with strategies to prioritize and pursue what truly matters.
In conclusion, okay, embrace. At times also, before we conclude, at times also we set objectives influenced, as she said, by societal benchmarks rather than our own intrinsic desire. This happens because that's how we live in the world today, where we are so driven by what's happening outside. Now this comparison driven approach can mislead us from our authentic path. Your destiny is unique, shaped by your distinct strengths and circumstances. Therefore, goal setting should resonate with your genuine aspiration. If you are seeking guidance on crafting effective, meaningful goals, we are here to assist you. Please reach out to us and we'll help in whatever way that we are able to at least set amazing goals for you. Our meticulously crafted framework that we have created not only aids in goal formulation but also highlights potential challenges and decisive strategies to navigate them. That's why people always say that why are you guys always successful? Simple, we anticipate. We plan, we anticipate, and that's why we know in advance what's coming and we work on it. With this tool, you'll be empowered to sculpt a life aligned with your aspirations, ensuring a journey filled with purpose and fulfillment.
So, dear friends, all of you who are listening to us right now, if you feel that you want to reset your life or your career and you're facing a challenge, you can reach out to us.